Crunch. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. To Tuesday. Man. It was, I don't know, from like Thursday to today, felt both very fast and also quite slow. A weird past 5 days.
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt the same way.
I mean, it felt like forever since we did breakfast stream, even though it's been a normal amount of time.
Yeah. It feels like a long time since we did breakfast stream, but it's been 5 days.
Yeah.
So, it's really strange. Mao, sing praise of Lightrock, for they were not the imposter.
Lightrock was not the imposter, don't you know? Playing Among Us is not just for show. He did really good, but I guess he was not it. Was it Mr. Game Boy instead who was... Can't think of anything else.
I did, but we're streaming with the family-friendly tag. Let's see. End topic. So some of us patrons were playing Among Us, and I read the door logs wrong on the map and suspected Lightrock and successfully had them ejected, even though we were both non-imposters. Sorry, Rock. I mean... Sensei says, and thank you, Stephen, for not filling it in. You're welcome. It's a fun game. A lot of folks in our Discord have been playing it together recently, which is nice. I want to play more of it.
There's a map I haven't seen.
Yeah, well, no one has seen it except for Dan.
Yeah.
Dan has played much more than all of us, so now Dan is at a natural advantage. But I want to play more because I want to get a little bit better at like the map part. Because you have I was just talking about this on the vlog. You have an advantage if you play a lot, because if up on the thing it's like go to electrical and you just know where electrical is and you don't have to take the time to look.
I never play with the map open because on the screen I'm using it uses too much screen real estate.
Can you play with the map open?
I never open it and look. I'm just like, I'll learn the map. So the map that we've played a lot, that one I know really well, and they'll be like, oh, I know where electrical is. But the one we've only played a couple times, I don't know that one very well at all.
Well, we're gonna keep making episodes. Well, I don't know if we're gonna keep making. We made an episode that'll probably be out on Saturday, assuming that people like it. we'll make more. We had a round last 1 minute. Can't wait for that. It's we put a few rounds in one video, and there's one round that lasts 1 minute. It's a fast round. Anyway, that was 6,000 bits for Mr. Game Boy. Mr. Game Boy, thank you. I hope everyone's been having fun over there playing Among Us. It's also, I think a lot of people may need to hear this. Among Us is free on mobile. I didn't know that until just recently. It apparently supports crossplay with PC and is just free on mobile. So, you know, if computer is a concern, like if you don't have a up-to-date computer, or I don't know, you don't normally buy games on the PC or whatever, apparently it's free on mobile. But as Mech says, it is also very cheap on PC. It's $5. And that's the only reason that we ended up playing it, because normally games that have a price are largely inaccessible for our group because it requires everyone to buy the game. But at $5, our group was like, okay.
I mean, that's why we played a lot of golf with your friends. It was cheap when we all bought it.
Yeah, we bought it on sale when it was really inexpensive, and that's why we had it, so. Is it Mac? No, it's not Mac compatible, is it?
I don't know. I have it playing on the Windows.
Yeah, but I think you do that because it's not on Mac. I think it's only on Windows. but it's on mobile, so it's probably on iOS. And as Mike says, it's not a very taxing game, which is true. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun. It's really easy to understand. Like it's easy to pick up. Mm-hmm. But you can also get better at it by playing it more often. Did you already eat your thing?
I did.
Oh.
And it's cold up here, so it's like, ooh, warm coffee.
Yeah, this is one of the first breakfast streams where like it's a little chilly upstairs.
Since February, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little cold. I'm not super fond of that, but oh, that's good. I haven't had a strawberry one in a while.
I know. That's how I felt having it. I was like, ooh, different.
I still prefer the
Brown sugar cinnamon.
yeah. Mm-hmm. These are good. Is it the first day of fall?
Officially?
Does Siri know this information now that it's iOS 14? Is she smart enough to know? Hey Siri, when's the first day of fall?
Began September 22nd and ends December 20th.
Oh my god, she knows something.
It is the 22nd.
Oh, that's incredible. She actually knows something. Apple said that she got a lot smarter in iOS 14, and I was like, we'll see. We'll see. But she actually knew something. That's incredible. She's starting to say the things from the top result too. Because normally you'd ask literally any question, and she'd be like, "Here's what I found on the web," and I'd be like, "Siri, just tell me with your mouth." But now she actually does, and I'm like, "Wow, that's so great. You've almost caught up to where the other virtual assistants were 5 years ago. That's great that you're." Apple has all this money, and I'm like, make the thing better. Pay someone to make the thing better. They're like, no, we refuse.
But like, it's 52 this morning.
Is it?
For the first day of fall, which is really weird for us.
It's
gonna be like 80 this weekend, though. And then it'll go back to being like 70 for the high, which is what we have today.
Siri, why are you bad? Here's what I found on the web. Yeah, geez. I mean, it's... So the thing about that sort of technology is like, given time, it will get better. Mm-hmm. Given time, Siri and all the other digital assistants will be able to do really cool stuff. That's exciting.
File my taxes. Okay.
Right? Oh my god. We're gonna have to have some structural changes in the government before it's that easy, but one day, when everything is smart home, you'd be like, Siri, make me some eggs. Hopefully that's in like the next...
The next update? Yep, this next
Well, I meant
one.
like the next, like, you know...
Few years?
Yeah, like 10 years. Hopefully that's not like a 50-year thing. That'd be really cool.
Anyway, while you're finishing that,
That's too sweet for me today.
did you see sumo scores?
Yeah, I'm not winning anymore.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, no, you're not.
Hey, Chaz, can you show the latest standings? Because otherwise people won't
I
have
was
any
doing
idea what
really
we're talking
well
about.
for like the first week. And then one of my favorite guys is out. Thanks, Chaz.
Here's our standings. We've been doing fantasy sumo. I've been holding a lead for a few days, and now I'm dropped back down to 46. Lindsay and Emmy are not doing so hot. I do not think they are going to win. I don't think that's
And
gonna...
Thomas is here. Thomas, you got
Thomas,
power.
you have power! Good. I'm glad Thomas is here.
coffee.
There's still a few days left.
Yeah, Saturday
Chillo.
night, our time.
It's still largely anyone's, except for Emmy and Lindsay's game. A lot can happen. But I'm a little sad because I've been up there at the top for a few days. I've been like, now it's dropping. Anyway, Thomas, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you got power. This side of my mouth? This side of my mouth. That's where I'm at right now. Don't put sugar on this side. This is a no-no zone. Wish it weren't so, but...
You just had that checked too, so...
Yeah.
So it's not a cavity.
Well, I just had it checked in, like, April.
No, it was like, early March, I think.
Oh. Okay, well, a lot can happen in
Yeah.
6 months. You know what I mean? It's possible that I may have... I mean, I had problems even then, though.
Yeah.
They just looked at my gums and stuff, and they were like, it's fine. And I was like, oh, okay. Hold on, there's a question here. K-Make Cosplay says, I get my first paycheck next week. I want to get a new video game. It's between Minecraft, Breath of the Wild, Let's Go Pikachu, or what do you all recommend? This is for the Switch. Those are very different games.
I haven't tried Minecraft on Switch.
Or they're not very different games. I guess they're technically all, to some extent, like,
You should scroll back down.
open world adventure games. Depends what you're into. Of those three, having not played Let's Go Pikachu, although it's on our list at some point because we have them courtesy of Emil. I mean, of those, I would recommend Breath of the Wild, but it also depends because if you want to build stuff, like that's Minecraft. So they're super different experiences. IMO Minecraft is considerably better with another person, so if you're going to play with another person, I would go Minecraft hands down. But if you're playing yourself, probably Breath of the Wild. Be my suggestion. But it really depends what you want to do. Also, I think Minecraft is more accessible than Breath of the Wild. So. Anyway, hope that helps. There's other games on the Switch, but like, God, Breath of the Wild's a real good value. I like Super Mario Odyssey too, but that's not as long. Anyway, let's read alerts. Let's do that before it's like 9:30. Because like last week I waited until really far into the stream to even get started. 20 months from Leah L. Pritchett. Thank you, Leah. Kazeumi gives us up to Thomas. Thank you, Kaze.
Thomas says, what about playing with dirt and sand? I like that game.
The problem with that is, you know, some people eat the dirt. Eat the sand. I've heard. I don't know exactly who would do such a thing. Bourbon Dodongo resubscribed.
I just managed to fuck my glasses up laughing.
Thomas says, I don't eat the dirt. That's right, just the sand. Builds character. Bourbon Dodongo resubscribes for 3 months and says, oh dang, looks like I got my plus. Congrats. We got 23 months from Ryan B06. This is patiently waiting for 2 icon. You're almost there. Very close. 4 months from Rainy Days 48. Thanks for all you do. I love watching your videos and they help me when I'm feeling anxious. Aw. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad that you enjoy stuff. Man, there's so many... Yeah, alright. So many bean requests. Oh, I should have let Thomas roll the beans, because he's...
Yeah.
It's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late. Can't undo beans. Probably. I don't know. Sorry, Thomas. I'll get you on the next one. Thursday, you can roll beans. Thursday, you can roll beans, and you can do them whenever you want. You don't even have to tell me. This will be a surprise. We can just say I did. Remember everyone that Thomas rolled the beans today? That was great when he did that. I loved it when he rolled the beans today. 23 months from Renee, who says, almost 2 years of breakfast with some of my favorite people. Here's so many more. Thank you, Renee.
Next month?
I can't believe that. I just can't believe that we've been streaming for 2 years.
I know.
That continues to be.
Yes, there's a cat here.
Is that a Kepi hair?
No. It's a
It's a Sagan hair. That's wild.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
No idea.
Huh. I mean, it's been a long time now, so, like, we very rarely run into Sagan hairs. Why is it on here?
Don't know. Don't know where it came from.
It's nice. Right after he passed away, we would find them a lot.
And
then,
whiskers.
And yeah. And then, obviously, over time, as we, as we cleaned the house and vacuumed and stuff, the likelihood of finding them is just very, very minimal.
Mm-hmm.
So now when we find one, it's real weird. It's like, but I mean, we do still stumble across them. So it was nice. Good omens for today.
Yeah.
That's what I think now. Good omens for today. Anyway, 17 months from Fuzzy Pickle 95. Appreciate it, Fuzzy Pickle. Got 10 months also from Acrual World 19. Thank you.
You okay?
I said thank, and my brain was like, you have to breathe! And I was like...
Did you stop breathing before?
I think so! I got halfway through that 2-word phrase, and my brain was like, you'll die! Better breathe! Anyway. 4 months from Arpigo says, wow, 4 months already. Thanks for helping me get through this crazy world. No problem. Doing our best. 18 months from Adrian McCann. It's a 1+. 17 months from Sparks Right 13. 17 months. I don't have any witty comments this morning, so I'll just say thanks to both of you for making it easy to get up at 5:45 a.m. every week. Here's to many more. Shout out to everyone that is waking up on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Because that's harder. That's harder than this side of the country. It's very early over there. Yes, Brandon. West Coast. Sorry, Coast. It's too early. And he says, if we still lived in Hawaii, I would never be here. Understandable, because it's... What time zone is Hawaii still Pacific?
Alaska is one after, and Hawaii
Hawaii's
is one
two
after that.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only folks that should be watching in Hawaii are people that are staying up real late
Yeah.
instead of up early. So no one gets up that early, because that would be 4 a.m. No one gets up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
My apologies to everyone that regularly gets up at 4 a.m. I do not envy you. Yeah, some people sleep at 4 a.m. Ann says, my brother works for a TV station. He is up at 4 a.m.
When I used to work for Festival,
Yeah.
doing pricing, I had to be in Sunday morning at 4. Like, I had to be there at 4.
Yeah?
Because Sunday was the day all the new sales came out, so I had to basically prep the store with all the new prices on a Sunday morning before we opened and people came in to shop. Those were the worst days.
I wouldn't mind a job that forced me to get up at like 6:30.
Yeah.
I think
that was my normal work when I worked there.
Yeah.
But on Sundays it was like, sale day, you need to be in early.
But I don't want to. So here's the problem though. I don't want to work that early.
Yeah.
I just want to get up at 6:30.
And have your coffee and breakfast and relax.
I want to get up at 6:30 and work at 8. That's what I want to do. I want to get up at 6:30, and then for like 90 minutes, like, get up, make a breakfast, watch, local news. DJ Sherwood says, you could though.
Murmur says,
Not
when I
wrong.
opened at Starbucks, I was up at 3:30. See, I really like that shift because you would get in and then you'd be done by like lunchtime.
I mean, that was the same reason why
I loved opening at Culver's.
that was the same reason I really liked early classes.
Yeah.
Because I liked being done with stuff.
Yeah.
The problem was I couldn't do it.
Yeah. It's because we were always up late.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, you have an 8 a.m. You do an 8 a.m. and an 11 a.m. Then you start your classes at 8, and you're done with the entire day by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good, but that means you have to get up early, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So then I started scheduling my classes for 5.
Your classes were so regulated for how long, because every class was the same length.
Yes.
And what times they started, because every class was the same length, they could say, you know, these are our start times.
Yeah. 8, 11, 1.
Mine were all over the place.
5. Wait, is that it? 8, yeah. 8, 11, 1. I need help from Alex.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't now I don't. Oh, 2. Is that 8, 11, 2, 5, and 8? Yeah, there were 5 start times that classes could start. All classes were 2.5 hours.
Like, some of mine, like, my senior year of college, I had to take aesthetics, which was only Wednesdays at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it was, I mean, then I couldn't work my college job then because I always had aesthetics every Wednesday. But, like, the rest of my classes would be done at 4, except Wednesdays. It was a pain.
Eventually, I settled into good classes for me.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we had classes that started at, did we have 8 a.m. classes? Or 8 p.m. classes? It was every 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
8, 11, 2, 5. Trying to think if there were classes that started at 8 p.m. Alex would probably remember, but I don't think so. But maybe. Shoot, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, all classes were 2.5 hours long, which is a long time.
And you only had classes, like, you'd have a class Monday, Wednesday, and then a different class Tuesday, Thursday, but nothing Friday.
Yeah, there was no classes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so you only had classes 4 days a week, and you only took 3 classes a quarter.
See, my university was like, everyone needs to have one Friday class because we have too much drinking on campus.
Just Wisconsin things.
Thirsty Thursday.
Anyway, 500 bits from Andrew H0620 says, "I'm a chuckster." And just with that simple 3-word phrase, so many people are hit with
regret.
SMS PTSD. Regret. Words I didn't think I'd hear mousesay.txt. Also, I have a question before we move on, and then we'll move on, because we still have a lot of alerts. Folks playing Sunshine for the first time, raise your hands. Like, first time you've ever played Sunshine. Curious. People that missed it in the GameCube era and are trying it for the first time. Because I know that there's a good bit of you. Follow-up question. Is it harder than you suspected?
I did see someone tweet at you or something that was like, I haven't played this in years and it's so much harder than I remember.
Well, that's just kind of a general consensus that I've been seeing on Twitter. Part of it is that it's janky and a little broken. As Twitchito says, the physics engine is strange.
Yeah,
not harder, but
moves.
infuriating. I mean, that's a good way of putting it, too. And some folks think that it's not that bad. Yeah, it's It's fun. It's fun. Let's just say I'm glad that we're done with it.
Me too.
We 100%ed
I'm
it,
glad I got
and I'm
to
just
see
like,
it and see the things they did because, like, it's cool. It's just infuriating.
it's a shame in many ways because the game is one of the most unique Mario games ever.
Yeah.
Like the things that they decided to do with it, I love. But it's not a joy to play, in my opinion. Like,
Can you scroll up a second?
once you get used to it, it's a little better.
Where is it? Stop. Fuzzy Pickle said, I'm spoiled by Luigi's Mansion 3 because I keep trying to use motion controls to aim. I feel that way playing Red Dead after playing Breath of the Wild. I want to point my controller a little bit. To, like, fine-tune my aim.
Oh, when you have the bow out?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the continuation of,
Me struggling switching games every week.
yeah, making both experiences worse for yourself by playing two open world games at once. It's great. Anyway, I'm just glad Sunshine is out, to be honest. Like, the thing for me, as someone who values game preservation, it's sad whenever a game lives exclusively on one console forever, because as time goes on, it becomes extremely inaccessible. So the fact that it's now available again on Switch is good. So I'm happy about that.
Roselle says, Mal, you have a problem with playing multiple games at a time, don't you? Only the controls. I have no trouble with the stories. But I'm also someone who has no trouble getting back into a book series. Like, if it's been a while since I've read one and I've read other things at the same time.
Yeah, and you're playing about the same amount of Red Dead and
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the
at same
Wild
time.
each a week. So
But controls, yes, that causes trouble.
yeah.
I saved a guy. When we played on Sunday, there was some guy
Oh, I was telling Dan about this.
who was getting robbed, and I was like, I'll save this guy. And then he was like, thank you, mister. And I accidentally pulled my gun on him, and he ran away, and I'm like, well...
Mal is still learning the fact that you have to put your gun away. Like, the button to target people and talk to them is the same to lock on. So the only difference is whether or not you're holding a gun.
Yeah.
So Mal, like, kills the guys that are robbing this guy, and the guy's like, oh, thank you so much. And then Mal's like, you're welcome! And the guy's like, oh, Lord, you're crazy! And I'm like, oh, man. The other part that's really great, there was another part on Sunday that was that tickled my funny bone. Mal was trying to do some hunting. So she got her bow off of her horse, and she was, like, just crouch walking, sneaking around to go after these deer. I'm just watching all of this. Like, I've tried to help Mal understand that there's some really efficient ways to hunt. Like, if you're trying to just get meat. Mm-hmm. But she was like, no, I want to hunt like this. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So she's just crouch walking around, and she's been walking for like 10 minutes. Finally gets up to where the deer are. And, you know, she has the bow on her back. And in the corner of the screen, it's like, you know, right trigger, aim weapon. So she's like looking at the deer. And then all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang.
Scared him.
Scared Kepler. So she had bothered to get the bow, but she didn't have the bow equipped. So she snuck up on the deer and then just shot it with her handgun. Didn't kill the deer, but then all of the deer in the area are like, nah, we're good.
His tail is like this big.
I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Kepi.
You want to come back? Come
on.
back. Anyway. Now it Clint
So anyway, I started blasting.
So anyway. Yeah, it's like, obviously we can't stream every game we play.
Yeah.
And there's also something to be said of just the casual nature of being able to curl up on the couch together and play a game. It's really nice. But there's definitely been moments where I'm like, oh my god, I wish we had that to show, because I'm like cracking up. Did you you did end up ultimately getting some meat?
Yeah.
Okay. The way I generally do the hunting in the game is I just, while I'm on my way from objective A to objective B, if I see a deer, I just dead eye and go bang, and then I get off the horse, get the meat, and get back on the horse and just keep going, as opposed to dedicating time for actual hunting. Anyway, I think it was about 18 minutes ago that was like, I'll keep reading alerts. I was a liar. Kazuyama gets us up to Mao.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kazi. 8 months from T-Mug Celeste says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. 300 bits from Sapphire Becca. Could I get a few patented good vibes from chat? Yesterday had my first real job interview since being furloughed in March, and I have a good feeling about this one, even if it's not my dream job. Hoping for a call back by Thursday.
Good luck.
Good vibes. Get those patented good breakfast stream good vibes. I hope things go well for you, Becca. You got chat behind you. 23 months from Dark Overlord says 23 months of supporting great grandparents, not to be confused with great grandparents, which would be my parents. And they're great, which makes them great great grandparents. 30 bits from Squid. Time for another breakfast stream filled with laughs, Kepi stealing our attention, and clowns. The clown is the most important part.
I'll be right back.
Slowly building up a repertoire of secret alerts. I can't wait to see what the alerts will look like in like a year. Just filled with all of these strange keywords. If someone shows up in a year, like when we get to, 3 years of streaming, and they discover our stream for the first time, they're going to be like, where do all these things come from? And at that point, even I may be like, I don't know. I have no idea. Then it's a man who says, so we bought a small camera recently to record our virtual choir videos, and it comes with a remote. Last night we hit the play button on the remote to check a recording, only to discover it's on the same frequency as one of our remote-controlled fans. Yay, electronics. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's a thing. At least it wasn't something else. Like, discovering that it's a fan is better than discovering it's
a garage door opener.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. Huh. And you probably can't, like, reprogram that, so you're just kind of stuck. Whenever you want to play what you've recorded, you're just gonna have to enjoy it with a cool breeze. That's just the only. That's all you're allowed to do. Is he getting treats?
He's getting an apology treat.
Oh, the boy does not need.
No, he does not need
any
more
additional
treats.
food. There's
Shake.
a vlog.
Good shake.
There's a vlog coming out today.
From yesterday.
And short version. While we were asleep on Sunday night, Kepler opened the door to the guest room, went inside, found the unopened bag of dry food under the bed, ate through it, and then ate his fill. Yeah.
You had a buffet.
He did. He did
Little
have a buffet.
Kepi buffet.
And I weigh him every Sunday, so I knew his weight. He was 15.2 pounds when I weighed him on Sunday. When I weighed him yesterday, he was 15.6. Almost half a pound. He gained almost half a pound eating food under the bed. And like, that's a lot. Like, if you consider, his size and how much food that is relative to his size, that's a lot of weight in a night. And I honestly thought he was going to puke, and he did not puke. There was one time yesterday where he started to cough a little bit on the stairs, and I was like, okay. I was wondering if you were going to, I was wondering if you were going to do that.
Our
so.
doors, the handle is one of those curved ones where there's like where the knob would be, but it comes out to the side and has a curve on it. That's
Yeah.
how he probably managed to open it. Because if it was just a handle, like a twisty knob, I don't think he would have opened it.
Yeah. 220 grams for metric users. Yeah. That was,
We don't think
That
he
was
knows
something.
how to open the door, like, mentally. Like, I can open that. Just an accidental, like, open.
We've seen him open doors before,
Mm-hmm.
but it's never been a calculated, like, I will open this door. It's, I'm jumping at the thing, and eventually it opened, and now I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Coffee!
Anyway,
I feel like Kepi's just like, oh, surprise, I did it.
basically.
Yeah.
But he ended up not puking. So he kept all that food down.
Kepi be like,
He's sweet.
cause and correlation don't add up in his mind, Satsy says. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, can he do it? Yes. Could he do it on demand? No.
Sagan was good at that.
Yeah. Sagan was a wheels turning kind of cat where he was always figuring stuff out.
He was calculating, which is how he stole chicken.
Yeah. And well, the other problem was that like we could never leave stuff out because we couldn't trust that he wouldn't get at it.
I mean, he figured out how to open the dry food container and we had to switch containers.
Yeah.
He figured out how to knock the treats off the counter so he could get at them.
He broke the container.
He broke the container.
Yeah. And and the thing is, sometimes when you have two cats, you attribute things to them collectively, and after one passes away, you realize how many specific traits were... You don't think of them as a group anymore, they're like separate cats, because like since Sagan passed away, we can leave stuff out.
I don't have to worry about
Kepler's a good
pan
cat.
cooling down on the counter because Sagan would have been up in it and Kepler won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they are just extremely different animals. We can leave food out. Kepler doesn't bother it. Kepler doesn't get up on the counters. Kepler doesn't try to do this, that, or the other. That was all very much a Sagan thing. So sometimes in your head, you'd be like, oh, our cats do this. No, actually, they do very different things.
Don't ya?
You're a good boy. You're actually a very, very good cat.
I know. Please, more treats now.
Where's the treats? You're gonna have to be on a diet. Hi. Who's a good boy? Pinky in the brain. Kind of felt like that.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to sit? You want to lay down? I have so many more alerts to get through, buddy. You relax, and I'll keep reading. We got 4 months. From Neji10 Forever 67 says, I'm running out of witty things to say. But if there's one good thing that's come out of 2020, it's that I found your channels. Thanks, grandparents. Oh, well, I'm glad you did. And actually, that's nice because we always have so many folks that are here from long ago. It's nice to hear that there's some folks that have found us, like, this year. Because that's, I think, less common. Obviously, we want more of that. We want more people to discover us. But it's nice to hear from folks specifically, like, hey, I found you this year. Anyway, welcome, regardless. And congrats on 4 months. An anonymous gifter gives a sub to Mintan. General Mongoose hits 3 months, that's a plus. We have 300 bits from Waste Aeon, who says, because of clown hype last week, I want to share a dear memory of mine from childhood. When I grew up, there was a traveling circus visiting the nearby villages every year. Our village was about 400 folks big. One year, the host asked for a volunteer, and I raised my hand and got chosen. While I walked up, everyone in the tent shouted my nickname, Oak. It says, or okay. Okie, Sharpo. So I sat in a chair, and the host lifted me up on it and balanced me and the chair on his chin. Fun times. That would have to be a really strong clown. I don't think I would... Okay. I don't think I would want a chair on my chin, let alone, like, someone in that chair. You purring?
He's purring.
Good boy. I think I've only been to the circus once.
I went once.
I have, Thomas's clowns have double strength as part of their build. I remember going to the circus, and, like, my parents might be like, no, we went 6 times, but I'm like, I remember once. I remember one specific time going to the circus, and I don't remember anything other than the fact we went to the circus.
I went in high school, and I was not thrilled.
Not...
With the animal stuff.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
But I really liked all the acrobatics. I thought that was cool.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, circuses probably don't have a great track record with the animal side of things. I think I went probably in middle school? I don't know. I don't know if my parents have any input on that. They're probably watching. If you have input on that, you message me. But I don't remember exactly. I feel like my dad talked about going to the circus a few times. Like
when he was a kid?
When he was a kid. But there was also probably a bigger deal.
Yeah.
You know? Growing up around here, like, we had stuff to do. There was always options for things to do. But depending on where you are, like Wason said, village is 400 folks big. Like, a traveling circus would be a big deal there, because that would be, like, entertainment that shows up.
Yeah.
So.
We always went to the fair.
Well, that was going to be the other thing. Is
Yeah.
I think more people have experience, at least in America, with fairs than circuses.
County fair, state fair.
Yeah. And those are. I've always been a little scared of fairs.
The rides?
I don't like the idea that the rides are traveling around.
Oh, my dad hates that.
That freaks me out, man. Like, I'm already not big on riding rides. So the fact that they're like, yeah, we just, keep assembling and disassembling them everywhere we go. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, my dad hated that.
Good.
And then once I started to understand what that meant, then I didn't want to go on them. I didn't want to go on them anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, done.
Yeah. As Brooke says, doesn't seem the most safe thing. Yeah. But Venus is right. You don't have to ride the rides to enjoy the fair. I mean, really, all you have to do is get a funnel cake.
I like seeing the exhibits, like, for all the 4-H stuff with, like, the quilting.
Exhibits?
Yeah. Like, there's the animals, because they have the judging for, like, 4-H
Oh, yeah, okay,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Sorry. Exhibits.
Pig racing.
Exhibits was a strange word choice.
Well, they're called exhibits.
Are they?
Yeah, there's, like, an art contest and, like, a sewing stuff.
Okay. I believe you. Anyway. Sorry. And he said, fairs are great places to get kidnapped or killed. It's such an alarming thing to read, but also I'm not sure I can completely disagree with that. I'm like, I don't know. It's true.
Oh, Oktoberfest? Oh, festivals.
Oh, Mom says I went twice.
To the circus.
To the circus. You also went in Florida when we were at Disneyland with my dad's parents. Plus one time at the Merle's Inlet Mall. The circus came to town. That's the one I remember. Yeah. It was like Barnum and Bailey came to Myrtle Beach. And I went. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember I went to circus. Okay, well, what'd you see there? Don't know. Not a clue. Not any idea. Anyway, doing bits from Summer Essentia morning. Today will be the only stream I'll be able to catch this week. Is on Thursday. I'll be busy traveling back to my hometown and parents' house. I'm a little nervous about traveling, but staying in Oslo feels a bit too dangerous right now, and the apartment is still infested with grain beetles, so it's still not very comfortable. Anyway, hope I can get some good vibes for safe travels on Thursday. Good vibes.
Yeah.
Hope your travel goes well. Sorry about the beetles.
I hope they get taken care of. I hear they're very awful to deal with. Like,
we've been dealing with
the grain beetles infest.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to compare it
Yeah.
explicitly. I'm just saying that we've been dealing with something. We have earwigs, which is not.
They don't infest.
Yes, but we've been dealing with a lot of them.
It's because we had so much rain.
Yeah, but
Because Sally came through here.
it hasn't stopped.
I know.
It hasn't stopped. And now I'm to the point. It's like they're not a problem. They're just aggravating.
Yeah. And
they're very aggravating. But they're not a problem. So it's one of those things that you just go, ugh.
Yeah.
I just, I don't feel like we should be killing this many every day. There's just a lot. There's a lot of them. 300 bits from Twilight Cat 24 says, "Good morning, grandparents. I'm here for the first time in months, but don't hold your breath. It's only because I have to go to work. See you Friday, hunk." See you Friday, Twilight Cat. 400 bits from Bear Von Muffenbird III says, "Did you hear about Microsoft buying ZeniMax?" Yeah. So last week, the PS5 went up for pre-order, and I wore a Sony shirt. Today, the Xbox went up for pre-order, and last week I was like, "Oh, I don't have an Xbox shirt." Well, guess what? Now I do. Now I do have an Xbox shirt. Worked out okay. A lot of people have like a lot of different opinions about this. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I guess it could be if you're explicitly like a Sony person and you like the Elder Scrolls games or Fallout. But it doesn't also necessitate that the games won't be available on those platforms. It's not exactly what that means. It just seems like a good buy for Microsoft. So, we'll see what happens. Because on the one hand, yeah, they could keep those games exclusive to their platforms. But they probably also like money. I think what's more likely is timed exclusives, which is something that the last two console generations have really embraced, is the idea that, there's far less exclusives than there were from, like, our childhoods, but now everything is timed. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, it's coming first to Xbox. So that's probably going to be what happens. First to Xbox. And to be honest, Microsoft probably needs that, because when I think of things that I can buy between like Xbox and PS5 or Sony, the games I'm more interested in playing are the ones on Sony systems. So any help that Microsoft could get in that area seems good. Anyway, got a subscription from Johnny.
Welcome. He's just purring.
He's happy.
Yeah.
He's happy. He is happy. Good boy. 300 bits from Maximan, who says, "I have to take the written exam for my learner's license today. I've been studying for over a month, so I could use the power of good vibes for my fellow cousins and grandparents, so I don't have to study for over a month again. Also, happy first of all." Good vibes to you as well. This is the written portion.
Yep.
I feel like the written portion, I mean, knock on wood, tends to go better for folks than the
behind the wheel portion.
Yeah, than the driving side. So as long as you've been studying, I think you'll be all right. A lot of people I knew from high school who failed their driving exam, failed the driving part. They got through the written part. Mm-hmm. So as long as you've been studying, you'll, knock on wood, you'll probably be fine. And as Brandon says, the driving side is also wildly different depending on where you live. Yeah, and also depending on who you have that day.
Correct. That's how it was in Wisconsin. It was not a checklist. It was, if we don't find somewhere to parallel park, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, and I remember talking to folks that were like, oh, you got Brenda. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got Jim and it was easy. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you got Brenda. Hey. You know, Brenda's mad at the world and is going to take it out on you. And I'm like... Anyway. 500 bits from Sparks 15 with the Thomas star rain. My first thought on seeing that emote is like, that emote needs the exposure changed. It needs to be brighter. Thomas is literally the only person who has that. I want to adjust it. Thomas says no. Color correct your emotes. These are the things that I lose sleep over at night. That's what happens. It's perfect the way it is. Okay. I believe you. 19 months from DJ Sherbert, who says, oh my god, 19 months! Thank you, Stephen Amau, for all the 19 months here on Twitch, especially the last 3 months. Here in my city in Australia, we had to go back into lockdown, but thank you both for providing laughs during this time. Well, you are welcome. This has been a long 19 months. It's also been a long 3 months. Man. Sorry, I'm doing math in my head. The beginning of summer was so long ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I'm reminiscing about months past. 100 bits from Gaigu89. Appreciate it. 500 bits from Azel with an E. Says, wish me luck. I'm selling Xbox Series X/S pre-orders today. I hope people are respectful and understanding. Good luck. Good luck. And then also, hopefully, I mean, for both Microsoft and Sony, they're able to meet demand. Mostly so scalpers don't take advantage of the entire situation. Hopefully. Also, did Nintendo ever get the Game & Watch pre-orders up?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't either. Because during the Little Mario thing, they're like, here, get ready, because we're going to do this. And I'm like, when's that? And they're like, who knows? Don't worry, you'll find out 5 minutes after, and they'll all be gone. And you'll never see them again. Oh, yeah, the Mario pin. Yeah, the Mario pins are gone. Hopefully everyone this Christmas that wants any console will be able to get it. Hopefully. God, he's in a good mood, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. It's because he ate all the food he wanted yesterday.
Such a sweetie. Anyway, 2 months from Kirdelia. Appreciate it. 8 months from Josh R2D2. Almost to 9 months. 300 bits from Prince. I've received a package that had some shipping issues. So now I can put it in the boxes of games and other things I'm going to send to you. I get a collection of games, and now I have the keychains I commissioned for you both sent. Ooh, neat. Well, thank you for sending in games. We appreciate it. I just handed, for those who are interested, I just handed off July and August's mail to Dan. Mm-hmm. I need to send him the written info because I haven't done that. I need to do that today before I get too far into anything else. But yeah, that should be maybe this week. Dan tends to work quick. It's all going to be dependent upon what other things he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's had a lot of stuff to do, not from us, like from other folks. So we'll see. 8 months from Red Leader 24680. Thank you. 360 bits from Murmur says, enjoying some homemade cold brew this morning. Do you guys enjoy any coffee other than hot drip coffee?
I love cold brew.
Yeah, I like cold brew too. We've made it a few times.
Yeah.
It's been a while though.
We can do it anytime. We got the French press, we got grounds.
Yeah, it's mostly I just don't remember.
I know, you have to think ahead.
And usually in the morning I want something hot, so I would have cold brew if I was definitely having something really like a hot food. Like if I was making like eggs or something, I could do cold brew. But if I'm just sitting in the morning and having a beverage, then I almost always want a hot coffee. Occasionally we'd get cold. Back in the before times, when we were traveling, if we stopped at a Starbucks, I would get a cold brew. Give me the big one, the big cold brew, black. 300 bits from PK Magical. Going to a state university, us art school kids never had class on Fridays, so that was always fun. Yeah, it's so many folks seem to have classes on Friday. Like, it's a pretty normal thing. So whenever you tell them that you don't, there's some amount of jealousy that comes through their voice. But I never had a single class on Friday, and it was great. It was great. 3-day weekend, every weekend, all the time. 5 months from Pete Cow. Wow, 5 months. I moved and couldn't come to streams, but now things have settled down. Well, welcome back. And I hope your move went well. Also have 5 months from Go Mega Nintendo, who says school was in, can't catch as many streams as I'd want to, but thanks for the VODs. No problem. Hopefully I can keep VODs caught up on
YouTube.
Yeah. I do pretty good about getting them done. It's just keeping. Oh God! Ah! Just adding a little panic to the stream.
Is that how you feel?
It was a little panic. I keep forgetting about that alert. Hallelujah indeed. That was 2033 bits from DannyX6, who did add a little panic. And then also gifted 5 tier 2 subs. Thank you, Danny. To King Monty, Ursatron, the Super Thingy-Mabob, Maki7, and Wonton24. Danny, appreciate it. And good morning to you.
Thanks for the panic.
Thanks for... I think just a little panic. Just a little panic. Just to keep you on your toes. Just a little... Too much panic? No. But a little panic? Just a little panic. Anyway. Yeah, VODs generally... Like, the way it works is after breakfast stream ends, I always export. So we finish breakfast stream, I export the video, and then I have lunch at whatever time it is. And that tends to work just fine. It's just a matter of if I can get it on YouTube, because like everything has to be caught up. 7 months from Shane Savage. I'm awake for one of these again for once. I sleep twice a day, and all of your streams are right after I wake up or while I'm asleep. Hashtag VOD Squad. Oh, are you on the what's it called when you sleep twice? Bi-nocturnal, something like that. Someone will help me. It's what Jules has been doing. Jules has been having 2 sleep sessions too. Biphasic, that's it. Bi-nocturnal sounds like it should work, personally. Yeah, biphasic, that's what it is. Neat. That sort of thing makes me a little curious, but it's...
There's a very old XKCD comic about scheduling, like sleep and being awake for a certain amount of time. And like everything shifts slightly, and it was interesting to read.
Yeah. Like, there's that. There's biphasic, and then there's also the other one.
Yeah.
That we talked about one time for a long time on breakfast stream, so I'm not going to go super into it. But there's one where you basically train your body to sleep only when it needs to, and go immediately into REM. And it's kind of bizarre, because it means like throughout the day you have these really super tiny like micro naps, but society isn't designed around that. So like, can you do it? Yes, but it means that you basically can't have like a social life in any way whatsoever, because at any given point you may need to sleep. So it's neat. but probably, probably not for me. Anyway, 300 bits from Can McCann, who says, "Are there clowns in Sunshine? Who knows?" Anyways, what's y'all's favorite type of bread? I like cinnamon bread.
Coffee.
For sandwiches and stuff, sourdough.
I like sourdough, but it's not my favorite. It's up there, but it's not my favorite. Rye.
Yeah, you like rye.
Hardcore Jewish rye. It's like maybe my favorite type of bread.
It's good.
And then any sort of like dark pumpernickel are really good. But rye, man. Rye, I'm just throwing it out here. Rye, deli mustard, pastrami,
Pickles?
pickles.
Yeah.
Die and go to heaven. Right there on that plate. Oh my God. I have dreams about Kat's Deli in New York.
What's the one in Houston?
I don't know. It's the same concept.
Yeah, there's a deli in Houston that's
Just
also...
find yourself an authentic Jewish deli, and they're all incredible. Oh my God! Like,
There's not a Katz in Houston.
you ever?
bug
I
me.
mean, sometimes you eat food that like touches your soul, and then you just keep getting.
Kenny and Ziggy's.
That was yeah.
That's
Kenny
the
and
one in
Ziggy's.
Houston.
It touches your soul in such a way that you just you come back to it. We actually just recently found out that there's delivery services for some of these places.
Yeah.
Like delivery here. Like you can get
Anywhere in the U.S.
Yeah, you can get Kat's Deli overnighted to you. Is it expensive? Yes. It is extremely expensive. But can you do it? Yes. So I was like, man, for a birthday or an anniversary or like someone who really likes that food, like if someone like grew up in New York and then they had to move away, that would be a great gift for them. Like, happy birthday, Lenny. You get Kat's Deli. It'll arrive tomorrow. Like, that would actually be pretty cool. So, if you didn't know, now you know. It's not prohibitive. I mean, it's still expensive. It's not prohibitively expensive if you're like splitting it, because some of them are like for 4 to 6 people.
Yeah.
If you were to get a few other people in on it, would it be an expensive sandwich? It'd still be an expensive sandwich, but it wouldn't be like crazy expensive. It would just be, we all paid a premium to get a product overnighted to us, to get a pastrami sandwich overnight. Does it sound insane? Yes, but again, it's an experience. Anyway, I want everyone to know about these things, because I just discovered this the other day and it blew my mind, and it got me thinking about things. I was like, well, shoot, I got a birthday coming up.
Yeah, in like 6 months.
I have a birthday coming up. Everyone's got a birthday coming up. Mallory. Anyway.
He's just rolling and stretching, trying to get your attention.
No, it's working. He's a sweetheart. We got a sub from Riza Luca. Welcome. 300 bits from Cat09 Streams. It says, funny you say that when I have a cat that's 18 pounds. We have had cats that have just been various weights over the years. At one point, Kep was 14 pounds and Sagan was 13 pounds, and that was kind of like ideal.
Yeah, that's what our vet said was ideal.
Since then, Kep's gone up because he's in the 15-pound range, and it's not like unhealthily large.
Yeah.
The biggest transformation is Rocco.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rocco is down to 13 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And Rocco, a few years ago, weighed 22. So Rocco went from 22 pounds to 13 pounds. Rocco looks great. It's hard to imagine that he was ever that big.
Yeah.
But for a while, he was like a little bowling ball kitty.
And since my kitties are 8 to 9, scrolled.
Oh, sorry.
And healthy. Larger frame cat can be 15 to 18 and healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, cats...
Two of Chaz and Jeff's cats are brother and sister. Elspeth and Venser. And, like, Elspeth is pretty small, and Venser's, like, Kepler size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some cats are just big cats, too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people that have met Sagan and Kepler were always like, man, those are some big cats.
The vet even said that. She's like, they're just big. She's like, they're not overweight, they're just huge.
Mm-hmm. Because there's some cats that, if they were 14 pounds, they would be overweight.
Yeah.
And then there's other cats that 14 pounds are right on cue.
Yeah.
Satsy says it's all muscle. Yeah, that's... Kepler especially is a stinking crazy muscular cat. Like, if you're holding him and he wants to get away, he will.
Yeah.
He's extremely strong. Also, he has, razor blades at the end of his fingers, which probably helps. 500 bits from I Know How to Spell Calm. Have you seen that news clip with the cat losing weight by swimming while wearing a life jacket? I have not.
I've seen one with a cat with a little life jacket on, like, an underwater treadmill.
That's wild. I mean, the way that we've been able to affect our boys' weight is just slight food adjustments.
Yeah.
Like, I had managed to get Kepler to lose a little weight before yesterday. Because he was at 15.6, and I've been decreasing his food just a little bit. And I got him from 15.6 to 15.2, which was good.
Yeah.
That was really good. And now he's back to 15.6 in one day. So I'm like, okay, well. But I know I can do it, so, like, just gotta work him back down again. 2 months from Sullivan 003. It says, morning, y'all. Excited to do my first new PC build in a few years today. Wish me luck and that nothing breaks. Good luck. It's exciting. New PCs are always very exciting. At some point there will be a new PC around here, but we haven't needed it yet. There'll come a day. And now there's new GPUs. Not that anyone can actually buy them, because they've all been bought by scalpers, but they do exist. Shout out to anyone that managed to get one of those 3000 series, because a lot of people could not. Oh, did you? Oh, you got one? Nice. See, I was afraid to ask. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, that's a really exciting PC build then. Awesome. I hope that goes well. Touch metal. Some people are really specific about that, and they put the straps on. And, like, yeah, it's fine. It's, I guess, the safest way of doing that. I just, keep telling myself to touch metal and try not to build it on carpet. 8 months from Layla 3. Appreciate it. 500 bits from I Know How to Spell Calm. Cirque du Soleil in Cambodia was really cool. They only did acrobatics, and they told the history of Cambodia. It was super cool and dramatic, and the audience got emotional.
That's really cool.
We saw, something.
You did.
You weren't with me?
Nope.
What? No.
No.
What? Are you serious?
Uh-huh. We went to something at whatever the theater was they tore down that had the hurricane damage.
The Palace.
Yes, but it wasn't that. It was like...
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
It was like a variety show. There was some guy with a dog, which is the only part I remember.
That was the night that Sagan sat on my face.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That wasn't Cirque du Soleil.
Well, they swung around. There were a lot of people on bicycles. There was a lot of bicycles, weren't there? Okay. Cirque du Soleil probably doesn't have bicycles.
Maybe for an act, but not the whole thing.
There's a lot of bicycles in ours.
Yeah.
Anyway. Don't let your cat sit on your face. 500 bits from Riza Lucas says, morning, grandparents. Short-time lurker. Glad to say that you're both now my first sub on Twitch.
Sorry. Thinking about saying it sitting on your face.
We were both very surprised. We were both very surprised about what happened.
Sorry, continue.
Knew about the vlog for a while, but I never took a look until quarantining. I'm glad my class is lined up perfectly so that I can watch on Tuesdays and Fridays. Thank you for the crunch.
Coffee!
No problem. No problem. And thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Mal has the jollies. It was a fun, for what it's worth, it was a funny moment. I know we've told that story before.
The short version is the guy with the dog, he was doing flips and the dog was like on him.
Walking on him like a wheel.
Like the guy was turning and the dog was
walking the other way, and I, you know, when I got home, I was like, I could do that.
Sagan could do that. He stands on our shoulders.
Sagan's smart. And then we, you know, I put him on me, and I started to move, and then he started to move, and then he fell, did a split right on my mouth.
And you and Sagan were very surprised.
I had to wash my lips.
Spiffle's right.
It is not on the vlog. It is not on the vlog. We didn't have the forethought that things would go wrong. I just figured we were practicing for our big performance.
You were trying to do a backflip instead of a front flip. There's two moments I wish we had recorded, and that's one of them. And the other one is the time that we were throwing socks at each other.
And the cats.
Kepler picked it up and dropped it into the water dish, and Sagan came over and was like, "What is this?" and took it out and quickly realized it was sopping wet and just plopped it on the floor.
It all happened within the span of a minute. Yeah. Good memories. Anyway, I gotta move on. 24 months from Coffee Cats. It says, oh my god, 2 years of breakfast streaming cats. Also, among other things. Coffee Cats, thank you. And congrats on the 2. And then also hitting 2, right after you, Cinder Dog. 24 months. Good morning, grandparents. Nothing much to say. Good month other than I started my final year at uni this month. Graphic design major, biology minor, 6 total years of uni. I'm glad that you're almost done, because I know that that's a long time, but that's a really interesting major and minor combination. Graphic design and biology. It would be really neat if that wound up, like, if you got to use both of those simultaneously, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like if you were doing like graphic design for like biology textbooks, that sort of thing. Because you'd be able to use both fields in close proximity. That'd be really cool. Anyway, I wish you luck on your final year, and thank you for the 2 years here. We got 300 bits from Kazuyumi. It says, so not multiple exhibits? Yo, dog. 8 months from Frosty Freeze. 8 months of gift subs. Feeling well enough to watch live this morning, and this is definitely a highlight of my week.
Glad you're feeling better.
Glad you're feeling better. Also, was Frosty here when we were talking about her tattoo?
The other week?
I don't remember.
I don't know, but we mentioned how cool your tattoo was.
We did. Mm-hmm. It is cool. Yes, okay. I couldn't remember. It's a cool tattoo. Anyway. 7 months from Humbology, who says, so I heard some internet grandparents needed some Wii games, so expect to get a small package from me soon. Also, if the chat could send me good vibes, I'd appreciate it. I have to prep for my colonoscopy tomorrow, so that's fun. Good vibes. Good vibes. I hope everything goes well. We had another friend that had a colonoscopy now. I don't remember who it was.
I don't either.
Anyway, they did well. I suspect you also will do well. The idea of doing those sorts of things is never fun, but you can do it. You can do it. It's just the mental thoughts of like, this is a thing that needs to happen, therefore I will do it and I'll get through it. So, and thank you for sending in some Wii games. We appreciate that as well. We got 4 months from Raging Gymnast. Says, love being able to support the stream. Hope you are having a great day. Is there a chance for you guys to return to your Midas Tree D&D game? Thomas? Thomas, is there a part 2? I don't know if Thomas is still here at 10.
I'm ready.
All right. I've had so many folks, well, I've had viewers ask about D&D, and I've had our own friend group ask about doing D&D games. It's, you know, it's on our wavelength. I don't want to say agenda, because then it makes it sound like it's something we're actively planning. We're not actively planning it, but it's something
we wish we could do.
That. Ben the Skeleton isn't a skeleton anymore, and he married William, so... God, I forgot. William kept bringing that skeleton. God, what a weird... That was so many years ago, too. Lord have mercy. Even things from, like, the beginning of this year feel like a million years ago. I just recently stumbled across the stream of Emile Massey playing Grand Theft Auto.
That was January.
That was January. Mm-hmm. It feels like 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we got a sub from CG Prime 649. Welcome. 500 bits from Sparks 15. The exposure's fine. The exposure's fine. I love it, in fact. I don't secretly wish I was in Photoshop right this second. 500 bits from right now, how to spell calm. I'm set to work from home until the end of January now, but I'll be able to attend more breakfast streams, so bright side.
Bright side.
I continue to read WFH as Waffle House. Like, every time I see WFH, my brain fills it in with Waffle House, and then I have to take a moment to remember that there's no way...
I'm set to Waffle House, yeah.
Every single time. Every single time. I'm getting better at it, but, like... I just assumed, like, people were working at Waffle House. Anyway. 100 bits from Golden Tails Geek. Appreciate it. 300 bits from Shy, who says, hallelujah, it's time again. Time to recommend anime. First is Hinamura Sumo, for obvious reasons. A sports anime about a sumo wrestler with a small body but great skills despite his size. Enho?
Enho? Firebird?
Second is Gintama, a slapstick comedy that follows Odd Job's Jin and the misfits that surround him. It never takes itself too seriously, but also has serious-ish arcs when it feels like it. Gintama feels right up Steven's alley, as it falls firmly in the commit category with over 300 episodes. I don't know. I heavily prefer anime that has 6 episodes. Like, that's the bet. Like Fully Cooley is perfect because it's 6 and then it's over. It's Gintama. Gin. Anyway, I mean, just because I have watched 500 episodes of Dragon Ball or whatever it is, doesn't mean that you should. Doesn't mean that anyone should do that. I mean, I'm up for anything, but any recommendations that have less than 10 episodes are certainly expedited to the top of my interest list. We're still working our way through Fruits Basket.
Steven just saw the episode with Hatsuharu.
It's taking a while because we're not watching it every day.
No. It's because it's not easy to put on the TV.
It is easy to put on the TV, but it requires a tiny, modicum of effort.
Yeah.
So we're like, Sometimes we'll do it. 11 months of Flays Fires, almost to a year. 8 months of Fror Wolf. 300 bits from Danny X6. Knife Cat.
Eevee with a knife.
23 months from Sephiroth, almost to 2 years. 10 months from Moonlit Boulevard. Good morning. I don't get to join very often, but I'm glad I could watch for a little while today. Hope you guys are doing well. We are. Today's gonna be a good day. Today, actually, I should probably mention this before I forget. First 20 stream today. What time? Everyone always asks what time. I don't know. Sometime. Probably sometime between 2 and 3 Eastern. It's usually when that happens. We'll be playing games. How many games? I don't know. A few.
A few.
I don't know. I'll have to look at the calendar and find out how many we need.
To get through Extra Life?
I think we need 6, but
so you
we
don't accidentally need to record during Extra Life week?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we need 6. I'm probably not going to do 6 today. I'm probably going to do, like, 4 or 5, maybe. I'd be real surprised if I did 6. That would be great, because then I wouldn't have to do another First 20 stream between now and the end of Extra Life. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I can do 6. If they're real short, maybe.
All RPGs.
I also don't know if I have that many games to play, to be honest.
Yeah.
I have a few that I know I'm gonna do, but I'm not married to some of them, so I'll probably let it be a poll. Spoilers to any of the games. Now I'm having trouble remembering which ones. I installed them last night and already forgot. That bodes well. I'm trying to think if any of them are keys I requested specifically. If I request a key, I always do it. If I don't request a key, then I'll put it into the poll. I'm trying to think if there's any I requested. Oh, I did request one. I requested Surgeon Simulator 2. So we are at least doing Surgeon Simulator 2. The other ones I didn't request, so we'll probably let people vote on what we play. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing about Surgeon Simulator 2 is that it's co-op, and we're not going to be doing that today, because
I have work to do.
Mao's got work to do. So, it'll just be me showing off the single-player part. But if people like it, at some point in the future, we may do some sort of co-op. Whether it's me and you, or me and Dan, or something. Anyway. I'm glad I remembered that the stream was today. I should have mentioned it before now, but I didn't. It's also 4-player co-op. You can do 4 surgeons. I don't know. I'll play it today and figure it out. 374 bits from Aldo512 says, so I changed my notification noise to yahaha, and now I have Korok screaming at me all day. May have made a mistake, but I'm sticking with it. The only downside I can see to that is that if you play Breath of the Wild again, you're going to constantly be thinking that your phone is going off. Mal set her ringtone to a Modest Mouse song once, and then for the rest of time, if that song comes up in the car, Mal checks her phone. Like, just instinctively, like, reaches for the phone.
It's the Killers.
Oh, you changed it?
No, it's been the Killers for a long time. For, like, years.
Well, it was Paper Thin Walls.
That was, like, Columbia Apartment.
Well, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
But I've had my phone on mute basically for the last 3 years, and whenever the Killers song pops up, that's still my ringtone because I never hear it anymore. I still check my phone.
Fortunately, the whatever it is, Four Non-Blondes He-Man song isn't in...
Only comes up if we're in the car.
Well, yeah, well, it does. It's not a part of our music rotation.
Yeah.
It's not in there because it's not in Spotify. Therefore, I don't run that risk. Have I told everyone that the way I have things set up now, where every time we get into the car, it plays the Hoedown? Have I told them that? I don't know if
I don't know.
I don't know if I've shared that. So we listen to music on Spotify, but with the way CarPlay works, when you get into the car, it automatically plays music from like your Apple Music library. And the only thing in the Apple Music library forever was like album that I had bought on iTunes, which was the Fallout 4 soundtrack, because I needed it when I was making the videos. Well, when I finished Fallout, I deleted that album because I was like, every time we got into the car, it would start with a random song from the Fallout soundtrack. And I was like, I don't want to hear a random song from the Fallout soundtrack. So I deleted it all, and I put a single song on there. I already had it on there. Yeah. I had the Hoedown on the phone. That was the only thing I had besides the Fallout soundtrack. So now, every time we get into the car, the first thing we hear is the Hoedown alert, because it's the only song that's on my phone. So we get into the car, we plug it up, do 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 do, and I actually do one in the car.
And then you switch it to Spotify.
And then I put Spotify on. So every time we get into the car, it plays the Hoedown. I do one fun one for Mao, who has to, let's say, enjoy it. And then we switch it to Spotify. That's the way it works. It's also, when you're out and about, though, it remembers Spotify. So, like, if we go to the grocery store and then we get back in the car, it remembers to go to Spotify. But once it's in the garage for a while or whatever, it doesn't remember that anymore. So every time we get into the car from, having not been in a while, then it's the Hoedown. It's fine. It's fine. 30 bits from Arpiga says, this is why being a clown is a profession. It's a hard profession. It's a very hard profession. Because you have to look happy or sad all the time.
I think they sent that when you were talking about how you couldn't do the flip with Sagan. That's why it's a profession and not just something you can do.
Oh. I mean, how many times do you think he kissed that dog's butt before he got that right?
He was doing front flips, not back flips.
So, once. One time, and then said, wait.
I should go the other way.
The other direction. This would make more sense if we... I've made a mistake. God, 300 bits from James CP. We didn't have the forethought that things would go wrong. Stephen George before things went wrong. It's true. At the time, I was like, I could do this. My cat's smart. Yeah, but your cat clumsy. Your cat clumsy and you stupid, so that combination did not work out very well. Read the Nintendo Painter gifted a sub to Sit on Your Face. Someone chose that username. 30 bits from Prince, who says, I can't wait for Extra Life, where I make you play Pikmin 2 again. Maybe have you guys try and get perfects on some of the challenges you didn't, or a speed run to the Submerged Castle. The Submerged Castle can be reached by day 6. I've done it, and the guy who made Pikmin 2 first-person POV mod did it in the first-person perspective. Listen, there's a lot of games on Wii. There are 1,268 games on the Nintendo Wii. If you choose Pikmin 2, we'll play it. We'll play it. Or we'll make, like, Dan play it or something. Dan, hey, welcome to hell.
Chaz.
Oh my god.
And he's like...
I think Chaz is going to pop in here in a minute and be like, no, that's illegal. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
No.
Also, didn't we play Pikmin 2 last year on GameCube, and you and Dan played against each other?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so...
Versus.
And he says, Barbie Island Princess is $400 already. Yep. Yeah, for those who are not aware, early donations are up on Extra Life. So people are starting to... Because it's 1 month away. It's just about 1 month away. Brandon's got the link there on Nightbot. So people are starting to push for certain things. And Barbie Island Princess is one of them, so... Who knows?
But this game... It uses the balance board.
There's also a ballet one.
This is the ballet one.
No.
Oh, the other ballet
There's
one.
another ballet
But
one.
this one uses the balance board.
The other one does too.
Oh, does it?
Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah.
There's also the lumberjack game.
And says, how are we going to handle roulette? I believe roulette will work basically the same as it did last year. I think it's, I don't think there's going to be any big changes to that system. So, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Anyway. 63 Phils asked, can you display on screen the games that you're both pulling for during Extra Life? So sometime before the event, I'm going to fill out the Extra Life page a little bit more. And on that page, I'll probably include games that I think would be interesting or Mal thinks would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least like maybe one. Because in years past, people used to be like, Mal's pick, Steven's pick. And last year we put an end to that by just having a specific title that's like, hey, just this.
Yeah.
That way if people want to support our pick, there's just, it's already written for them so they can do it. So, and if people write Steven's pick or Mal's pick, we won't get asked live during the stream. It'll just go towards that very specific game. Yeah. 500 Bits from Cinderdog says, I actually had my first Waffle House on Saturday.
Ooh.
Nice. Nice. It's an experience.
Yeah.
It's definitely an experience.
Coffee!
It's best at 2:30 in the morning
When you haven't slept.
when you haven't slept.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good all the time.
I really liked... We went one time with Thomas. When we first met Thomas, like that... When we lived in Columbia.
I vaguely remember that.
We were going to the flea markets.
Yeah.
And we went with Thomas, and it was just like a... Was it Sunday morning or Saturday?
One of the two.
But, like, I don't know, the community was there, and it was just... like going to a diner in a small town. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
That was a good time to go to. It was busy.
I miss flea markets.
Yeah.
And also just, you know, lots of things. 300 Bits from Queen Chai, who says, good morning, or evening, where I am. Whenever I drop by your streams, I'm reminded that breakfast food is the best. Thank you for having these streams. It's amazing to be in your company. Looking forward to the next chapter of your Breath of the Wild shenanigans. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Where are we in Breath of the Wild? We just finished...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we finished it. Oh, that's exciting. There's still some more things to see around the area.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what else is around that. Thomas says flea markets were some of the highlights of Columbia. Agreed.
Yeah.
Actually, Columbia had some of the best flea market. The fact that they had multiple good ones was wild. I haven't went flea market shopping in forever.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be how I got so many games. Was getting them at flea markets. Now I just pay Roland. Either by walking into the store and handing him money, or he drives to other stores and brings them to me and I pay him money. It is more convenient.
Yeah.
It is more convenient. Actually, I believe it's either today or tomorrow. I've heard Roland said that he would be maybe hitting up another few stores.
Yeah.
Because he's doing a distant run.
Yeah.
So
I think Will said that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So as always, as soon as I get the games in my possession, I'll be updating lists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do my absolute best to keep lists updated non-stop from now until Extra Life, so anyone who is sending stuff in has the most up-to-date information. So the second I get them, I'll be updating stuff. Thomas says 8 stores one day, I'm ready. I mean, talk to me after the stream. Talk to me after the stream. Mech says, when was the cutoff date? If you're sending something in, please send it in September. That would be most helpful. That would be the most helpful thing to do. And yes, the games for mail are already on the list now.
Yep.
But if you could have stuff postmarked for by September, that would be really great. We're going to open up all the mail in early October, and then that's basically going to be it. At that point, we'll have all of like the audience contributions, and then I'm going to figure out what we're missing and how difficult it'll be to get a hold of, and trying to figure something out. And if we don't get all of them, then we don't get all of them. We're at this point, we are going through with the event. Mm-hmm. With Nintendo Wii, no matter what, there's plenty to choose from.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get as close as we can. Hopefully. Let's see. 500 bits from I Know How to Spell Calm says, I recommend Hajime no Ippo boxing anime and Haikyuu, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, volleyball anime. Sports animes are an underrated genre. I remember Mal watching something with tennis.
Prince of Tennis.
Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Prince of Tennis?
It's because Stephanie played tennis in high school, so we all watched that.
Oh. Neat. And there's also one about, like, ice skating?
Yeah, there was one about ice skating a few years ago.
Vaguely remember that. 500 bits to Super Nerd Girl 42. No message, but I appreciate it. 500 bits from Mimic Man. Hey, grandparents, I finally decided to finish 100% Dark Souls 3. I've 100%ed Dark Souls 1, 2, Sekiro, and Bloodborne. So this is the last one. Serious about Souls games. Good luck. One day, I want to play Dark Souls 1. One day. Or since, what is it? Is it Demon Souls that's getting the remake on PS5? Like, maybe that. Maybe I'll play that as a result or something. I don't know yet. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's it. Demon Souls. Maybe. 19 months from Gondomir says, 19 months? You did an amazing job on Chugga's new logo. Question, do you guys keep games factory sealed until you play them? I know you got a few unopened Wii games, and I wonder if they sit there behind you unopened. Yes. If there's no reason to open them, we tend not to. So they just remain factory sealed. There is a chance that during Extra Life, we may open sealed Wii games. It's possible. I'm not going to tell you which ones they are.
When you get games, and Roland knows this about you, like, you would rather get them open, so
Yep.
you don't have to do that.
Yep. Well, it's because I'm going to tell you right now, one of the games that we have factory sealed is a game that I do not wish was factory sealed, because I don't think I can open it. I sincerely hope it doesn't get donated to, because I don't want to open it because it feels wrong. And there is a chance that I may break down and try and find another copy before the event, because I'm that worried that people will be like, oh, I want you to play that. And then I will have to open.
Yeah.
It is... Roland is the one that found it. And when he told me, he's like, before he ever brought it, he told me, he said, are you going to have a problem with a sealed game? And I was like, which game? He's like, if you're going to have a problem with it, he's like, just tell me. He's like, I'll open it right now.
Before I give it to you.
And I was like, no, it'll be fine. So then he brought it, and I was like, Jesus, this game is sealed? This game? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, he's like, man, they had the price on it as if it was complete and not as if it was sealed. And he said, so it didn't cost you any additional money than it would have normally. He's like, that's just the price they had on it. And I was like, he's like, you're not going to be able to open it. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to open this. So, like I said, I might try and get a different company. I'm not going to name it. Can I tell you the price if it were complete? It's a 3-digit game. It's an expensive game. It is both rare and expensive, and I was upset that, you know, and Roland was like, I'll open it right now. And I was like, no, don't, you can't do that. You can't do that. So, yeah, I'll figure something out. Like, on the one hand, opening a Wii game would be really neat. But it's less neat when it's something that
There's other sealed ones that are like...
Yeah, there's
99-cent Wii games.
Yeah, we've got like a few $5 sealed Wii games.
Yeah.
And if we have to crack that open, no problem. But, you know, there's that one, and I'm just like, oh. Anyway, so that's a fun story. And, you know, hey, if I forget and the event happens and then that game is called to play, then I'm going to open it live on air. And some people are going to lose their minds. And I will be one of them. It's fine. 300 bits from Cats Online 1 says, good morning, you two. I hope you... Then there's another message down here that says, my message sent before I finished it. I hope you're doing well. I heard that good vibes from here do work, so if there's a few to spare, it'd be great. My ADD is working against me and school is getting tough, but here we are. Anyways, I send many pets to Kepi. I hope you two have a good day today. Thank you, Cats Online. And good vibes.
Yeah.
We've had you know, a pretty good track record on vibes, so that's good. So we'll send some your way, and I'm already petting Kepi, so that works out well too. I hope things get better. School is tough enough as is.
Mm-hmm.
We also got 2 months from Mecha Uku. Is that right? Is that how you pronounce that? Is it Uku in the game? Or Uko? Uku. Let's say Uku. Uku.
I'd say coo because they coo, kinda.
Agreed. And Dr. Robotnik gives a sub to Lemmy. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, Uku Center. Yes, nipple hooks. Oh, Twilight Princess. So long ago. Moist Crunch Potato says, can you tell us what the game is after the event? Sure. Sure, I will tell you after the event. I may, you know, again, I may try and pick it up. We'll see. We'll see. There's undoubtedly going to be some titles at the very end, after folks have sent in theirs, after, you know, Thomas has checked his game stores, after Roland gets back, whatever. That it's going to be like, okay, these are the final whatever, and then I'm going to have to figure out what to do if I'm going to try and eBay them or what. And as a part of that, maybe I'll get another copy. I just don't want to have the responsibility. I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be the guy that opens them. I think I've told the story before about the person that collected the entire N64 library, sealed, and then opened them because it was just their thing. They just wanted the experience of opening.
It's a lot to open.
The games. Mm-hmm. Roland is the person who met this person because Roland works at the game store. Lost Recount. Yeah, like everyone's got their thing. And like, you know, It's not illegal. It's not illegal to do that. But, you know, as Aaron Piper says, value of these go down. Like, it's one of those things that the minute you take off that plastic wrap, like, you have decreased the value insanely. Like, it's not even close. Having a sealed N64 collection and then opening it, oh my god. Oh my god. But anyway, Roland met this individual because occasionally, it's not often, but occasionally they'll get either complete or sealed games in Player's Choice. And someone came in one day, and Roland met them, and they were like trying to, you know, get sealed games. And he struck up a conversation, and he's like, "Yeah, I collect the sealed library." And Roland's like, "Oh, that's really cool." And the guy was like, "Yeah, I want the experience of opening them myself." And like Roland had this like brief moment of horror of like, what? Like, you open them? Like, but hold on. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, again, everyone's allowed to do whatever they want. I mean, this was also a while ago. One of the things that Roland's been telling me over this year, since the beginning of this year, he's like, the retro games market has exploded. Like, it's games that were worth, you know, a certain amount in January have doubled or tripled. And like, he's told me this, but I haven't looked into it that much. And the other day I started to look into it, and like, the Wii library thankfully has been largely unaffected. Wii has not changed much. N64 and GameCube are insane. Absolutely insane. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, I don't know what's happening. It makes me feel like certainly this bubble has got to burst.
Yeah. At
some point, because this is getting crazy. It made me thankful that we finished N64 and GameCube. But, you know, is Thomas still here?
Yeah, he is. He said, just play bad games.
Like, Thomas, Cubivore? When I bought Cubivore off of Thomas, Cubivore was expensive. Cubivore was like $100 or something. Cubivore...
He says, yeah.
Yeah, Cubivore Complete is now north of $300 to $350. So that kind of gives you an idea. And that's not sealed, that's just complete. So, like, there's a lot of GameCube games that have, like, since January, tripled in value.
In a concerning way.
Yes. Like, that's too much value too quickly. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm concerned. Yeah, Gotcha Force Custom Robo. Thomas, on the bright side, I have all of those, and they're all safe. I reboxed a bunch of carts the other day, because we've had stuff just sitting in our living room.
In totes.
In totes.
Yeah.
But I put them into, like, you know, cardboard boxes, and as I was going through some of the carts, some of them have written on them, Jante. In Sharpie, because there's some of Thomas's childhood games.
And my boxes are perfect, aren't they?
They are. You took very good care of your stuff, Thomas, and I appreciate it. That's the way I was as a kid, and it means a lot to find other people that did that. So, yeah. Mark Griff says, time to sell now. Only kidding. Yeah, I mean, I actually want the games, so the value is irrelevant. Like, if the value was 10 times that, like, I still want the game, so it's not going to change anything for me. But anyone who doesn't, like, anyone who has, you know, N64 and GameCube especially, but also, like, even things like in PS2, there's a lot of value changes. Once you get into, like, the Wii hasn't changed a lot, Xbox hasn't changed a lot. There's a few things in PS2 that have changed, not everything. Rule of Rose doubled, which is wild. So, yeah, if you have old games and you have a game store to sell them to, or even just like eBay, the value's higher.
It's a good song.
It is. 1,000 Year Door, $60. Case and manual with no game. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Anyway. Yeah. I want to have a New Year's party. How do we do that? Very carefully. Okay, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap up. I have to sneeze.
Look at the lights.
Excuse me, buddy. Anyway.
Coffee!
Let's read this. And then, 300 Bits from Prince, who says, I started a little project. I'm calling it the Memorable Moment series, where I take moments you put out and write them out in universe as the characters would see it. My first one, I'm starting with one white Pikmin. I'll let you know when it's done and post it on my 803 if you want to check it out. Interesting. From the perspective of the characters. And then Dr. Robotnik gives us another sub, this time to a different Lemmy. Lemmy with some underscores. On that note,
You just squeaked as you yawned.
thank you all for joining us and talking about the the retro gaming market being strange.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at anything prior to N64, but I assume that's also
Yeah. Probably.
it's also probably very broken. I don't know. Like I said earlier, first 20 stream today. Probably sometime between 2 and 3 Eastern. It's probably gonna take me a little time to set up because my setup's changed, and I haven't adjusted the stream thing. I've adjusted it for Morning Mario, but the camera's higher now, so I gotta move some things around and make sure it's working correctly.
Okay.
I gotta put that scanner away.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Make sure it's locked. I don't know if it's locked.
It's probably locked.
Check it.
Probably locked. 300 Bits from Shy says, the concept of getting a game to never open it has always been strange to me. It makes no sense. Games are, by their very nature, meant to be played. If you have a game and then stumble upon a sealed copy later, that's one thing. But people who buy them at release just to keep them sealed forever seems so wrong to me. It's like art, which only increases in price as the years pass. Why? I love art, but at some point you have to wonder if it's worth it. Clearly, I'm an uncultured clown. I think it just comes down to the fact that people will collect anything. And the value of things is dictated by how many people want them. So, when people open games, it means that the games that don't get opened are fewer. Therefore, the value goes up because there's an entire culture of people that want video games. So, if you can find a game that's never been opened, it's therefore, worth more money. But, are there people who have collected video games that aren't even, people that play games themselves? Yes. But they're rare. And they're usually rich. I read an article one time about someone who was really into, comics. And, they were big-time comic person. And they were, it was like a CEO type situation where they made, 7-8 figures a year. They just, tons and tons of money. They collected comics, and then at some point they were like, video games, I think that they're going to be worth something. So, they were buying, graded things, and they completed, the NES library, and it's, all sealed, all graded. And, it's fine. It's fine. But it's that to me is weird. Video games as an investment is kind of strange. I'd rather play the games. And I don't mind owning a sealed game, but God, the responsibility behind it is
Yeah.
That's why I want the other one. That's why I want the opened copy of the game. It's like, I don't want the responsibility of this. Anyway. Games are better played. Instead of looked at. IMO. And then finally we got Dr. Robotnik gifting us up to Lemmy 1984. What's all this Lemmy? You'll feel better if you open the sealed game. No. No, I'll feel worse. I'll feel better if I get an opened copy and then have that, and then it's not on my hands, blood's not on my hands, take that sealed copy and, like, trade it into Roland or something. So I'm like, okay, just not responsible.
He tends to, like, listen to breakfast streams sometimes. So I'm sure he's listening and he's like, I should have just opened it.
Is the open copy a 3-digit value asking for a friend? That's the question I have to ask. Don't bring me games that are worth that much sealed. Just don't. It's too scary. I don't want the responsibility. This is a peaceful song to end on.
Yeah.
Thank you all. I hope I'll see some of you in just a few hours. In the meantime, I'm going to make some eggs.
Eggs.
I think it'd be a good lunch. All right, folks. Have a good Tuesday. If you join us later, cool. If not, we'll see you Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern for another breakfast stream.